ARKX and Ripple and XRP are slowly taking up the world. Is ARKX running with BlackRock? Is that how we're going to get to 30 to 50 trillion at the XRPL inside the following couple of years? Also, Gary Gensler is being sued with the aid of extraordinary states inside the US. Plus, he's going to be resigning. That is the phrase out on the street. We're going to communicate about that nowadays. And I actually have a unique deal with in the direction of the quit of this video. You want to stay tuned for the entirety. Let's get into this. I'm Crypto Sensei. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and guide. I admire it. Let's go in advance and talk approximately this. XRP at 80 cents. Congratulations, we've made it. The SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, will surrender in the approaching days. Just in 18 states are suing the SEC, accusing Gary Gensler of crypto overreach. I think we're just type of what's the factor of the lawsuit, right? He's going to be long past. By the time the first hearing of this lawsuit occurs, Gary Gensler will be long past. Right now, the SEC will nonetheless be there, but it's going to be below new control proper. The Trump management. So is this form of just a waste of time and taxpayer cash? You inform me down underneath. Do you sense this is still necessary, or like should we simply flow on with perhaps getting crypto law in America? Right. Or perhaps this has to show up to do that. I do not know. You inform me. And then of route, John Deaton places here. Gary Gensler may surrender by quit of day tomorrow. This video will probably come out the next day, which is Friday. And men. You already know lots of human beings are talking approximately this, as in a speech that Gary Gensler gave these days. He admits how he misjudged and what a waste of assets his attack on crypto has been, while concurrently making an important try to protect his schedule. In one hand, he said, our focus as an alternative has been on some of the 10,000, so virtual assets, a lot of which courts have ruled have been presented or sold as securities, putting this in context apart from Bitcoin, Ether, and strong cash. He nevertheless he still cannot mention XRP. Huh? What a bitch. Listen, Gary Gensler advised crypto organizations in the US are available in and check in and we will work with you. Then he grew to become round and he sued the ones organizations. I don't want to pay attention to him announcing, oh, well, you recognize I attempted my excellent. We have been simply going after the horrific actors. That is all a group of horseshit. And I think you and I both realize that. So as I pay attention, humans tend to whitewash over, all the horrific stuff they have done and try to essentially set a new precedent of what their closing 4 years have been. And he's attempting to say that, howdy, we failed to clearly do something terrible right here. We were just following the rule of regulation, while honestly he had in schedule. It wasn't completely his schedule, but it was different humans around him pressuring him. Like Elizabeth Warren, however, nevertheless, he become either a patsy or he knew what he become doing and he preferred it. Either one, it's unacceptable. So anyway, let's talk approximately Ripple's future and XRP's future due to the fact that it's all quite miserable for me. I virtually concept Gary Gensler changed into going to be proper for the crypto industry. Man, I actually have never been so wrong in my whole life. So turning factor, speak approximately this. ARKX has tokenized actual estate assets, including equities, debt contraptions, and money marketplace price range. Where do you suspect trillions of greenbacks are, my pals? There is over $300 trillion of debt inside the globally proper. And if we will tokenize this debt and produce it onto something like the XRP ledger, well, perhaps there's extra matters that can be carried out with that debt to truly assist either the humans that are in debt pay that debt back greater quick, or the corporations which can be issuing this debt. They will have extra manipulate, and you realize less complicated way to manage, I wager you'll say, of that debt. So Graham Rodford, leader executive of ARKX, stated in an announcement in June, we have hit the tipping factor for mainstream adoption of digital assets for actual international use cases. Financial establishments at the moment are information this, and we're excited to play our element in assisting them to embrace the era by means of bringing their assets onto the XRP ledger. Boom. Right. We have had a flurry of activity in the Cryptonaries Discord. I am up $200, 000 in 6 days off of some performs and records that I, in my opinion, determined that have been posted inside of Cryptonaries as I changed into shopping for the ones plays. Now, you realize we've got loads of participants from all internationally and a genuinely first-rate group. So not simplest the data that I'm putting into the network. However, there is members from our community that are nevertheless sharing facts every unmarried day, and people are creating wealth. Okay, if you will have taken 100 greenbacks and placed it into the closing 5 performs that I had noted over the last 6 days, you would be up $15,000. Yes, you would have had 150x total simply at the 5 plays that I mentioned for my part. It's as much as you. WAP.com, ahead cutback Cryptonaires. There'll be a link down within the description. If you want to make money in this bull marketplace, it's best 100 greenbacks away, all proper. You can genuinely use code BULLRUN to save $50. So it's $50 a month to the stop of the 12 months.
Right.
And then you could say, hey, do I need to stay on this network? Isn't supporting me make cash? Yes, we are. All proper. The group at ARKX are doing exquisite work. That would be irrefutable. And so this is essentially what we're constructing, is this well-known workflow system for deliver chain, for sustainability, for, you already know, asset verification, for header for corporations from the ground up. And the surely cool element here is that whilst it makes use of the Guardian and it is able to interface with the Guardian, it would be capable of interface with another tokenization engine, and it might be able to interface and mint credit from other networks. And so it's an interoperable layer 3. That could be able to talk to specific actors from across extraordinary networks and take records, get things signed off, glaringly difficulty via Guardian or difficulty through different networks after which produce belongings. And so that is the big, big imaginative impression, is that how are we able to create a trendy solution that is a workflow engine that any employer, in the event that they desire to take off the shelf and to map to their deliver chain or their sustainability or their emissions, anything they need. And that is what we are essentially building. All right. If you omit this, check it out. 30 to 50 trillion all on XRP, all buying and selling on Artex. Here we cross, find my original projections. But the whole market is 1.4 quadrillion. The entirety of this is ever accessible. And in case you begin looking across any of these asset classes, they're all beginning to transport on chain already. And the convenience with which we have visible human beings interested by cash market price range, tokenized treasuries and those sorts of gadgets, the aid for stable cash. When you're speaking approximately replacing cash, once I see DTCC, Euro, Clearstream, you know, it simplest takes one in every of them to turn onto natively virtual, and that's trillions of belongings. On its own, that actions to tens of trillions. I assume we ought to see, and bearing in mind it's 1.4 quadrillion. This remains a tiny slice of a big marketplace. You recognize 30 to 50 trillion all on XRP, all buying and selling on Artex. Here we go, 50 trillion bucks. 2 years from now, Ripple Twitter will replay the session. We'll replay the consultation. Also, guys, please, if you come back and you watch all my films, be sure to drop a like. YouTube, I wager they best care approximately likes nowadays. And if you want the video, it enables me get in the front of greater high quality people like you. I work really hard to make this channel viable. Please assist me get in front of extra people such as you, please. All proper. If you need to guide my channel, you can end up a member on YouTube, or you could grow to be a member of Kryptonaires, or you could similar to the video. If you need to do the very least to assist support the channel, just like the video, I recognize you. All right, Ripple and RX companion of tokenization and world assets.
Right.
So, you know, this is simply going that they may be companions. Right, there's it. There's irrefutable proof that those men are operating collectively in the direction of a tokenization future, right? Ripple is on the heart of all of this innovation. They usually were. They are constantly going to be right here proper. This is my favorite organization inside the blockchain area. By ways it doesn't get higher by means of than the humans working at Ripple to carry the destiny of tokenization, cash movement, valuable financial institution, digital forex, stablecoins now proper. Now, I actually believe that if, as soon as Ripple masters the stablecoin generation, that they are going so one can trouble any financial institution or any organization in their own stablecoin which can work in or of their very own surroundings. It'll run at the XRP ledger. Mark my phrases, mark my phrases. All right. Also, it looks like there is some precise information popping out of California. Very hardly ever do you have got correct information coming out of Oakland. Listen, there's particularly intelligent humans to comply with within the XRP space versus